do some yoga for your hips. So join me. So start on the floor, and you're going to lie on your back. You can see me here. Maybe I'll go a little further away. You lie on your back and hug your knees in, and you can separate the knees if you want, so that when you hug your knees in, you get a little bit of a release through the hips and the low back. And if you want, just rock from side to side. I don't know if you can see me here. And then release your left leg and straighten it along the floor or the bed, wherever you are, and circle your right ankle out. And then grab onto your foot, either the arch or the pinky toe side of your foot, and keep your knee bent, and simply start to pull gently on that foot as though you were drawing your knee towards the floor. Your left leg can start to activate, so the muscles hug onto the bone. Maybe draw your foot back, flexing through your foot, and feel as though you're pressing your left thigh bone to the floor. Fill your belly with your breath, and then release and take a twist. So your right arm will come out to shoulder height. Your left hand will grab your knee and gently start to twist, lifting your right hip off the floor. If you want, you can put some cushions underneath your shin, your foot, or your knee. And take some nice deep belly breaths again, so that you can detoxify the organs a little bit more. When you expand and contract through the belly, you really start to massage the internal organs. You can even turn your head to the right, looking over your right shoulder, so that the twist comes up into the neck. Nice, and then come back to center. Use either a scarf if you like, or a belt. Wrap it around your foot and then extend that foot. You can bring the strap into one hand. This is my imaginary invisible strap. And just let the hamstring, the back of the leg, open a little bit. Nice. And then release and take that to the other side. Hug your left knee in, circle the ankle out. Start to activate the right leg. I don't know if you can see mine, but it's underneath the chair. It's active. And then pause and start to pull that knee a little bit towards your shoulder. Grab onto your foot and come into your half-happy baby, we call it. So grab onto the pinky toe side, the arch, or you can even loop your fingers around your big toe, whatever works. Pull gently on the foot, drawing your knee towards the floor. And take your breath and start to notice how the body softens a little bit. Even though you're active through the extended right leg, notice how the body responds to the stretch, and see if you can mindfully relax so that you ease into the stretch instead of resisting the stretch. And then we'll find our twist on this side. So release the foot. Left arm to shoulder height along the floor. Right hand grabs your left knee. Starting to lift the left hip off the floor as you cross. Finding some cushions to put underneath your shins, your left shin or knee or ankle. If you're feeling like your leg is kind of stuck out in space. And especially do that if your low back starts to pinch a little bit. If it feels like it's really struggling. Turning your gaze to the left. Closing the eyes and taking some deep breaths again. And coming back to center. Wrapping your scarf or belt around your foot and extending that leg. Bring the strap into one hand so the other hand can be relaxed. You might find that you can grab onto your foot for that. Or you might find that it's too tight, especially in the morning, it can be pretty tight. there and roll up and come to a nice all fours position. Spread the fingers, bringing the wrist creases underneath the shoulder bones and your knees underneath the front hip bones. Make a nice long spine. You can tuck your toes under so that your feet open up a little bit. The soles of the feet start to feel like they're opening. And then on the inhale, drop your belly and lift your sitting bones and lift the crown of your head towards the ceiling. When you exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Full breath in, lifting the heart. You can lift your gaze if you like. And then complete exhale once again. Nice. So untuck the toes and find your child's pose, reaching your fingers forward. Finding some full breaths, breathing laterally into the upper ribs, so into the side ribs here, like you're breathing. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. Really draw the belly button to the spine and feel as though you're funneling the ribs in, corseting them in somewhat. And come up onto your fingers, I call them spider fingers here. And really walk your fingers forward as you reach your sitting bones back and feel a nice stretch through the side waistline. And then we'll simply walk our hands to the right as we lean our hips a little more to the left for a deeper stretch in the left side body. With your breath, really inhale and inflate through the left lung, opening the left ribs. And then walk your hands to the left. Sink your hips a little more to the right. And again, find that deep breath. And come back to center. Come up to all fours again. Tuck your toes under. You might want to have your socks off for this. Hike your hips up. And start to reach your heels towards the floor. They may get there, they may not. So this is your downward dog. Bend your right knee and reach your left heel to the floor. And then switch sides, bend the left knee, reach the right heel. Switch sides again. And one more time. And then take a deep breath in and lift your heels off of the floor. Exhale, reach both your heels towards the floor. And press your hands firmly, especially the index mound or the index knuckle of your hand. And try to glide your shoulder blades away from your ears, sort of towards your back pockets there, so that you create space in your neck so you're not, really shrugging your shoulders, creating a lot of tension there. Nice. And then bend your knees, peek forward, and walk your hands forward, coming to a standing forward fold. So for your standing forward fold, pulling up my pants here, have your heels underneath your sitting bones. And if you feel really tight in the legs, you can bend the knees, maybe grab opposite elbows, or even rest your elbows on your knees, your slightly bent knees if you want. And then release your hands, interlace them behind you, and roll the shoulders onto your back to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then straighten the arms. Let your neck be soft. And breathe right into the chest, right where your heart would be. Release your hands to the floor, bend your knees, and slowly begin to roll up to standing position. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders onto the back. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste.